your eyes, the heart meets your eyes. Your eyes, the heart meets your eyes. Your eyes, the heart meets your eyes. Your eyes, the heart meets your eyes.
Just a quick video exposing more barefaced lying from Whitsitt and gatekeeping from David Weiss. In this clip, you will see Whitsitt and Weiss obviously lying about a mountain in the background. How many days was he there? Surely he would have got familiar with the landscape. Mount Rossmann is the biggest mountain on the landscape. How could you not know?
the marathon route, which is 10 kilometers, right? And they run 4 laps, 10 kilometers. There are red flags you'll see in our footage back here. There are red flags lined up based on where they run the marathon, and there's no camp anywhere involved in any of that. So you can actually see red flags lined up, and that's not where the camp is. So that mountain can't be the same, because there are literally, you can see people, actually there was a person running on it at one point. It's totally different location, bro.
That mountain looks like an elephant's skull, basically. And it's very distinct.
Dustin, it's not the same mountain. If it was the same mountain, who cares? It's 1.5 kilometers away, just so they can see over it.
No, but it can't be the same mountain. It can't be the same mountain because it couldn't be the same angle. It couldn't be looking at the same mountain from the same angle when I know for an objective fact you couldn't see the camp at all. You were nowhere close to the camp. You couldn't see the camp.
Even 1.5 kilometers away, we would be able to see this sign.
You know that mountains have ridges, Dustin?
But this is at the base in front of the same mountain.
It's a different mountain.
All right, we'll agree to disagree. Let's move to the next one.
Okay, so you're just baselessly claiming that's the same mountain.
That's not baseless. That mountain looks identical with more snow.
It doesn't look identical. And that's why you should have zoomed out. You should zoom out, actually, and you would prove it. If you'd zoom out and show more of that mountain where the sign is, you'd be able to prove that it's not the same mountain.
Shall we zoom out and have a look then? Zooming out from a 360 degrees footage. Here is Mount Rossman, the mountain in question with the camp and sign visible in front. And here, from another angle.
It's time to pierce the sky.
Let's put them together. So it's been confirmed with undeniable evidence it's the same mountain. So where's the camp and sign on the 360 degrees footage?
Today I woke up in a rage to find this life.
I think we have our two best guys going, by the way. I think Austin and Jaron going together are the two most equipped.
I so swim. Little mermaid, with the sword of truth, that's time to pierce the sky. With your sword of truth, that's time to pierce the sky. With your sword of truth, it's time to pierce the sky.
Hello, my dear friends. Hope you guys are doing fine. Let's start with the Bible verse of the day. For this, they willingly are ignorant of that by the word of God, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the word that then was being overflowed with water perished, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly man. Hope you guys are doing fine today. Let me just check if you guys can hear me well. Every time I play a video, my mic gets muted, so I don't know if you guys can hear or not. Hello, everyone in the house. DSing, Stephen Blackwood. Are you? Don Carney, Stephen again. Sealed, F. Flattered Patriot, Canada. Joyce B. So many good people here. Matthew Hakim, Cornelius, the Centurion, Joyce B. Thanks for being here, Joanna Boss. Henry Bowman, are you? Stephen. Garth Peterson. A lot of good people in the house today. Dark's Presence, Eli. Brian Moore. Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me well. Just a quick mic check and then we'll go home. So, good morning, Flatter the Plotterables in the house. Thank you. Just quick mic check. You guys can hear me well. I hope you guys can. All clear, Eddie. Hello from New Zealand. Good job. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So you heard that we're gonna talk a little bit about that mountain there. Gonna talk about some flight routes, and just gonna touch on the moon map. Don't want to waste time because it's a complete waste of time. That moon map. Thanks for the sound check. Thanks so much. So welcome everyone. Thank you, Garth Peterson. Thanks so much. I'm not speaking Japanese, speaking my Portuguese accented English. All right, so let's get started here. We got some good stuff to share. So you heard there, they were at this place supposedly or allegedly, and let me remove the comment for a minute so we can better see the image. All right, so they were here, suppose this is the zoomed out, which you heard Austin say, oh, you didn't, he was really feisty, really, because he was saying that this is not Mount Rosman. So let's check it. Let's make sure, because they apparently Austin didn't even know where he was. He could not identify the biggest mountain there. They were supposed to be camped right in front of it. Okay, and he did not. 4 days there, he didn't know where he was. He didn't know what mountain it is. So let's take a look. All right, let's take a look here. So this is the same mountain right there, Mount Rosman, the one that the guy, the Brazilian guider at ALE, say it was 10 p.m. when his shadow gave him away. That was probably noon or 11 a.m. because he was facing north. The mountains behind him, the south. So did the same thing there with Duffy, unless of course they were in a studio. So that's the mountain that it's impossible for Whitsitt said that it's not the same mountain. You see the shape here. We're gonna compare, inch by inch here, and see that there was only this mountain there. Again, that's the sign in front of the mountain and the camp. That's where they were supposed to have stayed. That's Mount Rosman from an aerial view, right? You see in the glacier right there, the camp there, you can't miss it because there's an airplane, so many things there. Okay, north is this way, east this way, west that way. You see Mount Rosman, you see the same thing here, this peak, right? This triangle shaped here and this part right here. Okay, same mountain. From another angle, from west, looking from west, sunrise on that side. Same thing here. The camp. From above, from a satellite, that's Mount Rosman right there. Okay, so this is east. You can see the sun is coming from the east because of the shadows of the mountains being cast towards the west. This is south. This is north. So every time those guys were in front of this mountain speaking, the camera claiming to be midnight, it was actually noon, 11 a.m. and noon, 1 p.m. because they were facing north where the sun was. The sun was never behind this mountain where it was supposed to be. All right, so that's what, remember what Will Duffy said, but when you're deceived, you're actually trying very hard to set things up in such a way to ensure or guarantee as much as possible that the truth will not be discovered. So they set this thing up, and you saw there the TFE's lawyer or ambassador, David Weiss, covering for his friend Austin. So that makes things even more interesting, right? This image right here, okay? because Austin was very feisty in claiming this is not the mountain, this is not the mountain, you know. And Will Duffy earlier said that they had chosen a place about 2 miles east of the mountain, which takes them to these mountains right here. So let's say that they were here. That complicates the case even more because this mountain faces east. This mountain faces east, which means if the sun is behind the mountain, it was here in the west. So if they use these mountains and not these, all right, the things change completely, because then the sun would not be behind the mountain as they claimed. It was just west. If this is the mountain, because there was no other here. All the other mountains pretty much face east. Okay. So, but we know this is this one because that's what we're going to make sure. So this is what I did. This is the mountain, Mount Rosman, okay, which Austin claimed not to be the same. So let's check. So I removed the background, right? And let's check now. Let's superimpose the same mountain over here. And that's what we get. We get the same mountain. You can see here, you know, the triangular shape. This part right here and this tall is just the same. It's the same mountain. See here, the triangular shape right here. See this one right here in the middle, right here. You see this peak right here, right here. It's the same mountain. Very same one. So he claims not the same mountain. So he didn't know where he was. 4 days there, he didn't know. The two geniuses, okay, one that says the Earth's like a Home Depot, and this guy, completely a joke, you know, big time actor, liar, and his friend covering for him. Okay, same mountain. Cannot tell that it's not the same mountain. Right there. And I just did a quick job on Photoshop. I just copied from there, pasted over here, and resized, and it was it. Same mountain. How can he claim that it's not the same mountain?
So that mountain can't be the same. It's totally different location, bro.
Justin, it's not the same mountain.
No, but it can't be the same mountain. It can't be the same mountain. You're just baselessly claiming that's the same mountain.
It's not baseless. That mountain looks identical with more
It
stuff.
doesn't look identical. And that's why you should have zoomed out. You should zoom out, actually, and you would prove it. If you'd zoom out and show more of that mountain where the sign is, you'd be able to prove that it's not the same.
So at least we know we have two solid guys that are going to get real information and that are 0.0% chance that they are going to be corrupted or lie.
All right, so he claims not to be the same mountain. Let me go back here real quick because sometimes when I play audios, I lose. I can't hear myself. Let me just check. So, what you guys think is the same mountain or what? Hello, Fake Flip. You're in the house. Yeah. Fake Flip, good friend. Exactly. I like this comment right here. Let me highlight. Well, so keep up the good work, Eddie. These shoes have a lot of backing, but our God is big. Exactly. They have a lot, all those shields, and the ambassador, the big lawyer for TFE, David Wise. Yeah, same mountain. So we're gonna go back there and check a little bit more. I just want to. So as you see there, the very same mountain. Okay, can't tell that it's not the same mountain. So what they could have done, so remember, Austin kept saying it's not the same mountain, and you definitely said there was like 2 miles east of this where they were. So let's say these mountains right here. So what they could have done, since these mountains face east, they could have superimposed this image just like I did on these mountains. You know, look what I did. This is Mount Fuji here in Japan, and the sun is going to go behind Mount Fuji. Okay. So what could they have done is just something like this, superimpose the whole Mount Rosman on the east, digitally, have done this digitally, of course, right here. And while the sun is in the west side, they claim to be that the sun was behind the mountain in the south. You got to understand what these guys do. That's why you have this quote by Mr. Duffy himself. But when you received, you're actually trying very hard to set things up in such a way to ensure or guarantee as much as possible that the truth will not be discovered. So, that's why I think that's my opinion. Okay, they have these two guys, Austin and Jaron, the two actors, and they had David Wise as the ambassador. Pushing the lie, trying to go to channels, trying to convince people that they were the two of them were legit. Legit, the best, the solid guys. They were not. So he was selling the package for TFE. We can't see any of these front of the mountain, in their live stream, supposedly not live stream, their 24-hour. You don't see any of this stuff. You don't see the camp, you know. So a lot of things, that it just won't go away. It just won't go away. The more you look at this, the more you see how a lot of deception and these guys, big time actors behind pushing this lie, all working together. You know, it's now someone say, "Oh, you just David Weiss bash." I'm not bashing. It's accountability. Someone that we trusted. A lot of us in the community trust these guys, and they were working behind our backs. Betraying us. Betraying us, and that's not right. That's not correct. Okay, and now the guys out there, a lot of deception going on. I just saw him back, on the same show where he was, the guy was calling him out, the liars. And now David Wise is back there and Dusty Nemus claiming the final experiment exposed. What kind of expose is he doing? The only exposing, he was himself being a shield, him and his two friends, the two actors, Jaron and Campanella, the same guy from Behind the Curve 1, and Austin, the guys who can't lie. So the only exposing of these final experiments that they were working with the guys the same time. Now they want to still be around, It's a joke. This is a joke. So shame on you, Dusty Nemos. You are hosting this guy again instead of calling him out. He's part of the whole charade, you know. Embarrassing. Very embarrassing. you know. So I don't know how these guys can't see, or they just, you know, it I don't know what's going on. Let me catch up here. To catch up with the, you know, yeah, he plays both sides, very sneaky guy, he really is on the other side, he is only infiltrated among us to try to direct, he's the guys, like, just like, if you guys remember Dr. Fauci, how he used to go to shows, TV host shows, like different ones, trying to convince people to take the mark, saying that was a good thing. Same thing, David Wise was doing the same thing, going to shows and trying to sell the package that TFE was going to be good for flat Earth. Completely jokes, being exposed. So only exposing is himself. Guy did a 100 degrees, turn from going one direction defending TFE to now saying he's exposing TFE. TFE only exposing is himself, you know. Double speaking, and that's right. Just like the movie 1984, the book 1984, he double speak. Dave Weiss is a double speaker who talks out of both sides of his mouth and delivers opposite messages from each side. Most shills are like that. Yeah, you know, that's what he does. He's good at that, you know. So, you know, I have told you guys several times, you know, if you host him in your channel, you are giving opportunity for deceit, for more lies, you know. These guys need to be completely ignored, completely. Well, we will be talking about TFE because they are making their documentary right now, and they're going to release, and they're going to be talking, you know, I don't know who will be watching because a lot of people can't afford Netflix anymore, you know, unless they upload to YouTube for free, you see. But then, you know, all the money they have been investing, and I have a short clip here. Let me play. This is the actor again. Let me play. Yes, it's this one here. No, it's not this. I play this in a minute. I don't know where it went. Oh, this
And
one.
here's the thing. Everyone says Will Duffy's going to make money. Here's the thing. If Will Duffy puts out a video, a hit piece on Flat Earth, he's going to be able to sell it for a lot of money. But if Will Duffy puts out a piece that actually destroys the globe and proves Flat Earth, he's going to make even more money. Okay? So either way, it's a win for Will Duffy. So who the hell cares? Because this isn't about money, for me at least. This is about the truth. Let's keep pushing the truth. Let's stop dividing. Let's stop calling each other shills.
So it's all about money, and that's my opinion, my personal opinion. I think that's why David Wise was trying to sell so hard this stuff, because he probably has some money invested in it, you know. So he doesn't care. He's just like those guys during the Second World War who sponsor both sides, you know. They don't care. They just want to make money. So these guys don't care, you know. They just want to make millions, you know, selling this stuff, and that's what they care. So that's my opinion, you know. That's why he's playing both sides, and especially in the beginning, he pushed really, really hard this stuff, you know, because they are gonna get paid big time if this movie takes off, you know. That so they don't care. They don't care about flat Earth, you know. All they care is about money, right? So I have a couple songs. I'm gonna go ahead and play this song right now. Pretty funny.
Nixon called the moon on a landline. He called them up and they answered straight away. They didn't have mobile phones back then, and they had to make notes with paper and a pen. But the landline worked and there wasn't a delay. Oh, they passed through radiation fire. They didn't conspire, so don't inquire. They didn't wear wires and they're not liars. They wore the attire, they're not actors for hire. Oh, they passed through radiation fire in a craft that looked like a tumble dryer. But they didn't wear wires and they're not liars. So just believe what I say. Now they didn't have no laptops or computers. They didn't have CDs or MP3. The television was black and white, but they managed to get to the moon just right. Cause of 1969 technology, oh, they passed through radiation fire. They didn't conspire, so don't inquire. They didn't wear wires and they're not liars. They wore the attire, they're not actors for hire. They passed through radiation fire in a craft that looked like a tumble dryer. But they didn't wear wires and they're not liars. So just believe what I say. Now if you got a problem with and science. You believe in giants, and it's just more conspiracies. Oh, they passed the radiation fire. They didn't conspire, so don't inquire. They didn't wear wires, and they're not liars. They wore the attire, they're not actors for hire. They passed the radiation fire in a craft that looked like a tumble dryer, but they didn't wear wires, and they're not liars. So just believe what I say.
A great song, by a lady on YouTube. She composed that. And that one that was lip sync is not the one who composed the song. She was just lip syncing. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this moon map, just like 1 minute, because this is another thing that you guys know the tumbleweeds. If you are from Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, tumbleweeds, they go in the direction of the wind. If the wind is blowing east, they roll over to that direction. If the wind is blowing west, that's where they go. They don't have a fixed place. They're not grounded. They keep moving from one side to another. And that's the person of the advice. He was pushing this moon map. Completely nonsense. Completely nonsense. The guy's been 10 years. He's not grounded on anything. He just goes any direction. Whatever makes him some money, that's the direction he goes. So I will touch this for 2 seconds only, because it's a complete nonsense. So I don't have a high resolution now, but I used to have a high resolution political map of this so-called moon map. Okay, this is the political map. So I'm going to concentrate here in South America because this is a place where I have traveled, and I know all the borders there. So this is where they have Brazil. Okay, this in pink here is Brazil according to the moon map. Now this island that you see here is, according to the moon map, this is Venezuela. Okay, nonsense, completely nonsense. Okay, because here in the coast of Brazil, in the equator, this is the equator, and I got family members there who live there. They go off sailing, they go off sailing, fishermen, they go to the seas. They never find Venezuela there and full bunch of Venezuelans trying to come to Brazil because they are, uh, escaping Maduro's regime or whatever. This is complete nonsense. All right. And Africa, they have Africa on the other side here. And they have this big continent between South America and Australia. This is garbage, completely garbage, garbage, garbage. And David Wise pushing this garbage here. We have cables that connect South America here. That's the only way because there's flat. This is the closest point here. So those are the internet, the undersea cables, right? There's no continent in the middle between Australia and South America. Complete nonsense. This is the World War strategy, Second World War strategy map with all the, I superimpose it on the Gleason's map. It's the same map. Just started at the 1943 strategy map is the flat earth map. Same thing, okay? I superimpose here is the same thing. But this is the shortest between Africa and Brazil. And just as a matter of fact, my sister, she traveled from Rio to Switzerland to see her daughter who is studying in Switzerland. They traveled, my sister and her husband. They were traveling to Switzerland in Europe. And what happened is there was an emergency landing. A guy had an heart attack during the flight. So they had to stop here in Dakar. the pilot made an emergency landing in Dakar right here, and the guy was left dead, and from there they flew to Switzerland. Complete nonsense on this moon map. Complete nonsense, okay? Because Dakar on the moon map is on this side, while South America is right here. No, so garbage. I say one more time, the moon map is garbage. Okay, don't even think about this map because it's a garbage map. It's another controller position, and David Wise again pushing misinformation, pushing this garbage. He's always on the wrong side, man. The guy is a mess. He's always on the wrong side. So that's what I have for this moon map. I don't even want to waste time with it because it's complete garbage. Um, I have just arrived from Brazil and a straight flight from um, London Heathrow Airport to Guarulhos, São Paulo. That on-board map allow a curve on the path, show it a curve on the path. Well, it's the globe, on board, that's what they have. So this moon map, yeah, I know. Seven Club has been pushing this stuff as well. It's a complete nonsense. They always pushing, it's from one nonsense to another. TFE, and now they jump to the moon map. It's always misinformation, always, never solid information. It's always so. That's why, guys, I'm saying, and now I'm gonna touch another subject right now. Okay, so as you know, a couple shows ago, I talked about Flat Earth Brothers, which it's the founded Earth Brothers. Okay, so we communicated a bit, and he justified the fact that he is hanging around. He's gonna go to that conference in November with all the shills. They're gonna be there, and I call him out on that, and he justified saying, one more time. All right, so this is what I got from the founded Earth Brothers. Okay, so when Jesus was here, they judged him for being in fellowship with people that were sinners, and he told them directly they that behold need not a physician, but they that are sick. I judge a tree by its fruits, and Rob was the one our father used to lead me to biblical cosmology. I am speaking in honor of him, and to see someone insult a fellow brother that has passed away, he said, you're better than that. So my reply to founded Earth Brothers, yes, Josh, our Lord ministered for 3.5 years before being cut off. During this time, he walked among the sinners and healed many of them. Our Lord also warned them to go and sin no more. So he didn't keep hanging around them while they were willingly sinning. We have here a different situation. These agents and actors have been doing the same thing for 10 years. They do not want to change. That's their mission and job. Some of them are in the club. So to use Jesus' example here is a bit of a stretch. About Rob Skiba, I became a Baptist at 17 and spent most of my adult life in the Baptist church, having Billy Graham as the number one inspiration, only to find out he was a member of the 3030 Club. Satan himself disguised as an angel of light. I'm not insulting, I'm saying Truth Frequency Radio is not a Christian radio, and they hide their symbolism in each of their show's logos. The seed has a 33 right there, and there are more footage of Rob with the 3030 near or behind him. TFE opened my eyes, and I can't unsee what I now see, that many of the Flat Earth leaders are nothing but control opposition. And the Bible verse I have, John 6:60-69, many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard this, said, this is a hard saying, who can hear it? From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. Then said Jesus unto the 12, will ye also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life. And we believe and are sure that thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. So what I'm saying for the founded Earth Brothers is that if they are still hanging with those agents 10 years later, and those agents are not are still inviting them to take part of their, you know, staff conventions, is because they are too cozy with each other. It's because Flat Earth Brothers are not being hard with them, just like these guys here. Many, therefore, his disciples, when they had heard this, said, "This is an hard saying. Who can hear it?" So if the founded brothers are not telling them what they must hear, they will always be kept being invited back because they feel comfortable having the founded brothers there because they are not saying what needs to be said. So remember the example of Dean Odell. He was called the enemy of the state by them, because they said to them what it needed to be. He exposed all of them. So that's my message to the founded Earth Brothers. If they are still being invited back to their convention, it's because they don't feel threatened by them. They're not really saying anything that they need to hear, which is to repent. All right, so sorry about that. Okay, I had to go over this twice. Yeah, they gotta call them up. This whole TFE stuff. The Austin, Jerem, two big actors, and David Wise, the lawyer or the ambassador for TFE. Gotta call them out. You have to. If you don't call them out, you're just one with them. There's no, just like the example of the flatzoid. If you're using symbolism, just like the bad guys are doing, it's very hard to distinguish who the good guys are. So more precise to say, almost all of the TFE leaders are control position. It's much worse than that. Yeah, many of them. So that's what I have to say to the Flat Earth Brothers. If they are not if they are being invited back over and over, it's because they feel cozy. They say, "Oh, this guy is not a threat to us. Let's keep inviting them. It's a good covered up, At least they have some guys who are biblical among them, so they cannot be accused." No, I call the founded Earth Brothers right now out. You gotta speak what I'm gonna play, guys. Bit by bit, I've been playing like bits of the whole pantomime of this TFE. So I added into one single video right now. So let's listen to this. It's gonna be a bit long. It's gonna be 8 minutes, but take a listen. I've been adding more and more, so that's why we got so much stuff. So let's take a listen to this thing right now. And this is the one I almost played by an accident.
And coming in 2024, we are working on something massive, which we think will finally put this flat Earth idea to bed for good.
In order to collaborate on a large scale, you need to convince everybody to believe in the same story. What really the engine of history is stories. And they don't even need to be true. Some of the most powerful stories in history were fictions.
Right.
But you need to get everybody, or at least a significant part of the population, to believe in the same story. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
And by the way, when that movie comes out, this is my prediction. I don't know anything, but the big part of that movie is going to be all of the dumb shit Flat Earthers said, about being in a studio and stuff like that. It's going to be that's going to be a big part of the movie, in my opinion.
So that mountain can't be the same. It's totally different location, bro.
Dustin, it's not the same mountain.
No, but it can't be the same mountain. It can't be the same mountain. You're just baselessly claiming that's the same mountain.
It's not baseless. That mountain looks identical with more
stuff. It doesn't look identical. And that's why you should have zoomed out. You should zoom out, actually, and you would prove it. If you'd zoom out and show more of that mountain where the sign is, you'd be able to prove that it's not the same.
So at least we know we have two solid guys that are going to get real information, and that are 0.0% chance that they are going to be corrupted or lie.
Here is Shaco. I lived in the Arctic for 13 years, and now I am here in Antarctica at 79 latitude south. And now it's 10 p.m. and it's daytime, and here it's sunny the whole time.
And I wish people would get off the ridiculous investigation path that they're on, that Jared and Austin are shills. They're not questionable. They're 100% rock solid, pointing what they saw. The question is, how badly were they fooled, and how did they fool them? Because that's what's questionable, not their sincerity.
Nursery 11, which adds to 33, because I'm a Masonic shill.
He just said, he spoke pretty quick there, that he was married on 11/11/11, which equals 33.
So at least we know we have two solid guys that are going to get real information, and that are 0.0% chance that they are going to be corrupted or lie.
You need to convince everybody to believe in the same story.
I think we have our two best guys going, by the way. I think Austin and Jaron going together are the two most equipped.
Because I'm a Masonic shill.
Jonathan's a real flat earther.
What I'm saying is, let's say you present me 100 ideas, and a couple of them, for whatever reason,
not 100, 5.
Okay, 5. Yeah, no, let's do it. I'm very interested. I'm here for this, actually.
Okay.
Jonathan, how much are you getting paid?
Well, how much am I getting paid?
Yeah.
Listen, wait, don't answer that, Jonathan. Don't answer that.
Yeah.
Will Duffy, Jonathan needs to get paid for his time. Will hired him. Okay, we could hire somebody. So I'm going to stand up for Will on that one. He hired him.
Flat Earth documentary filmmaker coming.
That doesn't make any sense. You've been a flat earther for 8 or 9 years, and you just said we go to space. Another red flag, bro.
He's a real flat earther for sure.
Okay, well, excuse my my grammar, but my thoughts were, send us up in a ship as high as it'll go with one of these ships, and obviously if they don't send us in a ship high enough, there's an issue. If they do send us, what will we see?
Would you publicly become enemy with the Masonic organization?
Yeah, because it's against their brotherhood to speak against them publicly.
And we're in public, right? That's why I'm asking this last question, and I'm going to mute my mic and pass it. So no, you wouldn't make a film speaking out against them?
Well, it depends on the criteria. Are they hurting someone?
Well, by you asking that question, I'm almost going to have to suspect that you should already know that, sir, being a truth finder. They're hurting a lot of people, and I'm surprised you don't already know that.
Jonathan, what's your top 3 points that make you a flat earther? Let's hear it.
Well, okay, so it's evolving every day. I really am into the 3 suns in Russia. I'm into the 3-body problem, and how you can have celestial lineups like we're going to have January 25th, where all the 9 planets line up, right? We can't predict that, and yet we do with very pinpoint accuracy. So there's that. There's I haven't seen anything that disproves curvature. It seems like pilots I've spoken to in the Chicago airport, where I was on a 6-hour layover once. 12 of them were like, it's round. I saw it at 40,000 feet. I'm like, oh, okay. So there's that, the witness testimony.
Jonathan's a real flat earther.
When baby drops something, the earth pulls it down. Gravity is everywhere.
So he basically, everything that I grilled him on, he gave the perfect answer.
The earth go round the sun. Gravity is even at the park. Baby climbs up, and gravity helps him down.
He's a real flat earther for sure.
Whee! Baby loves gravity. A lovely book. Thank you for letting me jump in.
Thanks for reading it.
Jonathan's a real flat earther.
I'm telling you, factually, I did not hit a vape, walk over to the camera, and exhale a vape.
The first time I was asked if I vaped in Antarctica, I said yes.
0.0% chance that they are going to be corrupted or lie.
You need to convince everybody to believe in the same story.
But I encourage people to lie and deceive.
What was your third question that I forgot? Is there a 24-hour
footage, the 24-hour live footage.
So live footage, so by that you mean there's like 24 hours consecutively unedited?
Yeah, because that's what was basically, they faked it for years, and then that's what was promised.
So yes, okay. So live stream, when we got there, they tried to set up a live stream, Mark was there and tried to put it on Candace's Rumble. They set up a phone to do, and you had to manually move it and track it. At like 12 hours, a little after 12 hours, the phone crashed. So the live stream didn't work.
And yeah, one last thing is the 24-hour live stream that we attempted down there. There were a couple of factors that happened. So Will brought his own Starlink. He brought this gigantic, it's like a marine, it's like a $2,500 antenna because you need a special Starlink for Antarctica apparently. So he set it up at home, he tested it, it worked, didn't leave it powered up for long, and brought it down to Antarctica. Apparently it required a software update, which went at 3 o'clock in the morning, Antarctica time, which was still broad daylight down there. And that took it offline. So, but things happen when you're in one of the most extreme and remote environments in the world.
You need to convince everybody to believe in the same story.
And because Will encourages people to lie and deceive, you can't trust Will. Who I am as a person is I have to call it like I see it. That's just who I am. And this is exactly how I see it. It's up to the person you're telling to choose to believe it or not. It's as simple as that. You tell the lie, they're either going to believe it or they're not going to believe it. But when you deceive, you're actually trying very hard to set things up in such a way to ensure or guarantee as much as possible that the truth will not be discovered.
I have sent people flat earth clues as well, because it's very easy to remember. You picked a good title, Mark. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. They gave it to him.
A wealthy globe Earth proponent named Will Duffy launched a campaign dubbed The Final Experiment. The only reason this strawman argument even has any legs to stand on are because a couple suspicious, shilly, so-called flat earthers who I have repeatedly called out as disinformation agents
All right, guys, I have uploaded this video. You just watch it. I have in all my backup channels. It's called TFE, the making of and behind the scenes. Please download this video and upload to your channels. It doesn't matter how small it is or big it is. It's called TFE, the making of and behind the scenes. It's the same. I put all those clips together. It's amazing to see how much effort David Weiss put it to defend those guys. He's always interjecting, always defending the shills. Jonathan Mariander was never a flat earther. He probably took the crash course on Dave's app and was qualified as a flat earther. You know, that's what he did. And so it's going to be in all my backup channels and probably here in my main channel as well. It's just 8 minutes long. It's called TFE, the making of, and it's in one of my backup channels right now. I just made it live, public, just like only for views because I just made it. And download and save it because, a lot of good information right there. So we will not forget about TFE because it was a stab in the back, all those guys who, a lot of us supported, with money, with, sharing. I share David Weiss app, like on at the end of my videos, he asked me to do so many videos of mine in the past. I really trusted this guy and just to be stabbed in the back by all of them. Yeah, they are not working for our Lord Jesus Christ at all. That's you got it for sure, Yeah, that's what he wants to do. He wants to totally hide our Lord Jesus Christ. So yeah, it's there. If you wanna, my backup channel. Probably later this week I'll make it public here in my channel, my main channel, and TFE will not go away because they are still working on their hit piece, and they're gonna promote because they want to make money. They don't care about who the people believe. They really want to make money and gonna sell this stuff, push it, promote it. They don't care. Just think about this world here that we live right now. But we as Christians, we look for the world that's coming, and that's what we are. Right, so let me catch up. I don't feel. How are you, brother? Good. Enjoy your earthquake videos. And I was talking about the one in Russia the last week. I'm waiting for an official NOAA map Mercator version, so I can highlight the fact that the earthquake is being contained by the Antarctic ring. So let's move on to the next step. I want to share with you some stuff, the flight routes. Okay, so guys, I have the background of my new computer. Shout out to my good friend Russ York from California. So I have this as the backdrop. These are the jet streams. So let's look at this more carefully. So these are streams that, according to this is the University of Nevada. They published in 1960. This is a paper from the University of Nevada talking about the jet streams, atmospheric jet streams, airspace age by Herbert Riel. The middle latitude jet stream, latitude 35 to 60, core speed occasionally above 200 knots, and a mean height of 35 feet. And the subtropical jet stream of winter, latitude 25-35, core speeds occasionally approaching 300 knots, mean height between 40 to 45 feet. And we have this one here, the polar night jet stream, roughly around the poles from west at latitude 60 to 65 in winter, core height at least 75,000 feet, velocity record above 200 knots. So what I did, all this information, I put it on a map. So this is the tropical and the subtropical and the polar right here. So I converted the speed, the knots, to miles. So in this area here, you can reach up to 288 miles, which you add to the speed of the aircraft. So it's easily for this aircraft to fly at 1,000 miles per hour here, because it's the speed of the aircraft plus the 288 miles with the jet stream. Same thing here around the equator, which the speed here even higher. It gets to 345 miles per hour, adding to the speed of the aircraft. So that's how they make these flights from Sydney. And I should have here New Zealand, which is located right here. So why is this important? Well, Chinese airlines established new direct flight connecting Buenos Aires and Shanghai. So they're going to start a flight between Buenos Aires and Shanghai. Actually, from Shanghai to Buenos Aires. I don't know how they're going to fly back. I know only the flight from Shanghai to Buenos Aires. So it's going to start supposedly in December 2025. So I checked this flight on the Google Earth, and that's how it's going to look like. So this is the flight as it is right now. They fly from Buenos Aires to LA. From LA, they fly to Shanghai. That's what they do right now. Now, the shortest route on the globe, this great circle map, it would be this one right here, Shanghai. Perhaps I stop in, it's not Marvin, in Darwin, or let's say Perth, and then towards Buenos Aires, flying over Antarctica. But that's impossible because Earth is not a ball. They cannot fly over Antarctica. And so they're going to make a stop in Auckland. So that's the idea of going from Shanghai to Auckland, from Auckland to Buenos Aires. Again, this is not the shortest route. This would be the shortest one on the globe. And this is what they do right now. So they're going to attempt, and I looked at the aircraft, it's going to be a 777 ER, 300 ER. And I compared this on the flat earth map, and that's what they're going to do on the flat earth map. So they're going to fly from Shanghai to Auckland. They fly to Shanghai to Auckland, and from Auckland, they will fly to Buenos Aires with the jet streams right here. That's what they're going to do. So we don't know how long that flight's going to, it can take 24 hours maybe to get there, most likely, which is about the same as going from Buenos Aires to Los Angeles and then Los Angeles, Shanghai. It's going to be about the same time, because when I fly from Tokyo to Brazil, it takes me 24 hours. It's 12 hours until Los Angeles, and then there. One time, it took us just over 1 hour to switch planes. We were there at the airport. We landed. Actually, we didn't switch planes. They switched crew. We stay in the same airplane. They just cleaned, and they switched the crew, and then we followed, trip. So it's going to be about the same thing here, 24 hours. It can't be any lower. But they're going to go from Shanghai to Auckland and then fly along with the jet streams here to Buenos Aires. So that's how they're going to do, this flight. So I'm just telling you now, when Globers claim that this is impossible, no, we know how they do, because it's not even the shortest route on the globe. The shortest route should be perhaps a stop in Darwin or Perth right here, and then to Buenos Aires, which they cannot do because Earth is not a ball. And this flight is totally explainable on the flat Earth map. That's what they're going to do. They fly to Auckland from Shanghai, which I flew to Auckland from Tokyo. It's 11 hours from Tokyo. I flew overnight. I left, I guess, 11 p.m. here. 7 a.m. I was in Auckland. And so it's 11 hours, and then, you fly another 15 hours, 14 hours to Buenos Aires, probably most 15 hours. So it's going to be another 24 to 26 hours. So it's not going to be that different from flying from here to Los Angeles to Shanghai. I don't even know why they're going to do this, but we already have flights from Buenos Aires to LA to Shanghai. We have several flights, but that's not going to be, perhaps they're going to try to push the globe. It's something else to help with the TFE. We don't know. But it's planned for December 2025. All right, let's go back here to the chat. See what's going on. So good people joining in. They are, and don't forget David Wise as well. Okay, he's part of the club. All three of them. All those three guys. Hello, DJ New Moon. Welcome. Welcome, brother. So good people joining in right now. All right, so that's how we'll go with that new route from Shanghai to Buenos Aires with a stop in Auckland. It's going to probably take 25, 26 hours, which is, in my opinion, proves the flat Earth. They can't really do the shortest route, which goes over Antarctica. So it's more proof of a flat Earth than anything else. So I'm going to make this video available. It's already, let me go ahead. Well, no. It's already there in one of my, remember I have like 3 backup channels, but this one is already there. If you want to download, upload it to your channel. A lot of good clips put together, exposing all those shields. I still left a couple more clips out, but I think we got enough there. All right, guys, don't forget to, subscribe to my backup channels if you want. If you want to support the channel, you can visit my store, get a t-shirt or a map. If you don't have, give as a present to someone. And if you want to become a Patreon, I want to thank, I got 2 more Patreons. I have now 11 Patreons. Thank you to all of you. I appreciate. I still don't know my situation here in Japan, what's going to happen with this new party, that they still don't have the lower house. The prime minister is supposed to be resigning. He has announced that he's going to step down, which will be called new elections for the lower house, which then will dictate what direction this country will go. It's more likely it's going to steer more far left, far right. And they want to, it's just crazy because a lot of people have been here for 30 years working. There are no illegals here. Remember that this is an island. You arrive here. They are constantly patrolling, around the Japan because of, the Chinese and all that stuff. So there are no people arriving here legally. Everybody who arrives at the airport has to have the right visa, the work visa, or the long-term or short-term residence, which allows them to work and live here legally. But somehow the Japanese are not. They just lost another 1 million population. It has just been announced. They just lost another million. It's an entire city. Imagine a city of 1 million people. So another city disappeared here in Japan. And, many houses being abandoned, entire cities abandoned, schools, because people move out. They go to bigger cities. And they are blaming now foreigners because the yen is cheap. Foreigners are buying up houses, and they're actually remodeling those houses, bring back to life, trying to revitalize many cities and neighborhoods. But the Japanese are not happy. Many of them, not all. There are many Japanese speaking out against this far-right party. But I don't know what they lose. So I understand their pain. They are losing. They think Japan will disappear. In 50 years, there will be no more Japan because people here, they don't want to get married. It's too expensive to raise a kid. They don't want to get married. They don't want to raise kids. So it's a very difficult situation. I don't know what they're going to do. In the last 2 weeks, I've lost 3 friends because they couldn't refute my angular regression arguments. Japan, the problem is that Japan got stuck in the 80s and 90s. They kept the same the CEOs. They never innovated. They thought that because they made a lot of VCRs and fax machines and cars in the 80s and 90s, they thought they would produce that stuff forever. And and other countries advanced. Japan should have had their own computing system instead of relying on Windows. China now has its own, and they run everything on their own computing system. They are getting rid of Google, and Japan should have done the same, had all their cars, and but Japan got stuck in the 80s. Hello, Crystal. Hello, welcome to the show. All right, so we are just about to finish the show. Actually, I have another song today by Zetetic, great channel. All right, he has been putting stuff. He and Rory Cooper since 2014. Actually, Rory Cooper has been around since 2013. I found videos. I found people talking about him since 2013. And right after that, synthetic, being around since 2014, uploading flat earth videos. So I'm going to close the show today with one of their songs. He is the one who originally put out the excellent TFE exposed 2 hours long, and I made a couple changes and I mirrored that video in my channel. So thanks for being here today, guys. If you like my content, if you want to be, part of Flat Earth Banjo, you can become a patron today. I want to close the show right now. I don't want it to go over too long and, end with any Masonic number. So thanks for being here. Look forward to being with you again next week. And may the Lord bless each and every one of you. Speak out against this TFE deception, all of them, expose them. Don't stop, keep exposing them. Mirror, that video that I have, the short 8 minutes, mirror to your own channel. Let people hear that those are the controller position. Thanks, everyone. Okay, I'm going to finish with the show right now. I'll see you back next week. Hey, bye-bye.
It's that time of year again, the solstice in the air, setting up the gear, feeling that electric flare, with the P1000 ready and the mic in my hand, capturing the midnight sun as it paints the land. With every frame we shoot, the mysteries unfold, trusting what we see, not just what we're told. As the sun circles close, painting daylight through the night, we capture every moment, always seeking out the light.
Under Arctic skies, where the sun never sleeps, chasing hidden truth, secrets running deep. The horizon tells a story that the globe denies. In the land of the midnight sun, we see through the lies. In the dance of the stars, we find our own way, questioning the tales that the textbooks say. With each truth we uncover, we rewrite the song. In this journey for the answers, together we belong.
Beneath the surface of the world, hidden layers unfold, ancient whispers guiding us to stories untold. Through the lens of the seeker, we challenge the norm, in a quest for the real. New truths are born. The sun circles overhead, a luminary in flight, 360 degrees revealing hidden light. With Zetetic's eyes and Analemis truths, we break the mold, trusting what we witness, not the stories that we're told.
Each summer since the start, our lens have captured the view. Time-lapse the journey, chase skies of every hue. Through Zetetic research, the patterns come to light, uncovering the mysteries hidden in plain sight. Under the endless sky, we seek the light of truth,
questioning the stories we've been told since our youth. Circling the sun, we find a path so clear. In the dance of day and night, the answers we hold dear.
The sun's not far away, not a distant burning spear, a luminary mystery that draws us ever near. We question what we're told, seeking answers in the light. On this path of discovery, we bring the truth to sight. In the magic hour glow, the world turns soft and pink, colors of the midnight sun more vibrant than we think. Each hue a testament to the wonders that we find, capturing the magic that inspires heart and mind. Each hue a testament to the wonders that we find, capturing the magic that inspires heart and mind.
The seasons change as the sun makes its round, a circling light above where new truths are found. No tilt to explain what we feel and see, just the sun's path above, marking time so naturally. In the whispers of the wind, we find the hidden clues, challenging the narratives, redefining the news. With eyes wide open, we trace the patterns in the sky, seeking out the answers that make the questions fly.
Theories spun by those who never question what they're taught, pseudoscience stories that unravel when they're caught. We seek the deeper truths beyond the veil of grand designs, unraveling the mysteries and reading through the lines. Basking in the glow of a sun that never sets, warmth that lingers on, no moment for regrets. 24-hour daylight in the northern sky, so bright, a testament to wonders that unfold before our sight.
As the sun dips low and the journey finds its end, we pack up all our gear ready to do it all again. With synthetic eyes, we capture truth in every frame, signing off for now until the solstice calls our name. As the solstice fades and the days return to norm, we pack our gear away, waiting for the next year's storm. It's just a brief goodbye until the sun stands still once more, and we'll be back again, chasing light like never before.
Each summer since the start, my lens captures the view, time lapse in the journey, chasing skies of every hue. Through zetetic research, the patterns come to light, uncovering the mysteries hidden in plain sight. Under the endless sky, we seek the light of truth, questioning the stories we've been told since our youth. Circling the sun, we find a path so clear in the dance of day and night, the answers we hold dear.